Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Before we start, just a quick introduction. Anything we discuss in this video is only for education purpose, nothing is financial advice. Alright guys, just an insane day today. Insane day. I mean, Monday was crazy, yesterday was slow, and today was just, we blew it out of the park. And if you missed those runners today, if you did not hold, this is a video for you, because today, we only had 10% people read today because, we came prepared, we prepared and we executed. The traders just implemented the setups, repeated the setups, everything we plan, everything I teach you guys every day. Big runners like LLY, Tesla, SPY, many other trades which just ran on the Ripster clouds all day. So if you're watching the video for first time, make sure you watch carefully, learn the system and implement it, and I will show you how we traded the system, how the traders in the community with the not only community, even my Twitter followers, what I tweeted today. And we have done it this 1,000 times. It's not the first time what we do. We do very systematic, we do repeatable setups, keep our losers small, winners big. So let's start a recap, but before we start, let's just do a quick introduction. So anybody who's new to our X, new to our YouTube account, new to our community, we trade a repeatable system. We trade a repeatable system called Ripster EMA Cloud System, which the thousands of traders across the world use to trade it freely. Not only my community, but many people all over the world use that system that I have been teaching for almost 8 years now. And you can see on ripstereducation.com how the system, how my teachings have changed lives. But anyways, system is how you trade, setup is what you trade. Those are the two pillars out of the 4 pillars that I teach every day. So how do you find these setups? To find these setups, you do a pre-market planning. Every big runner that we traded, we on top of it was on a pre-market plan. So we make this pre-market plan. I make this pre-market plan live half hour before the market open, so my traders can follow through. We have news plays, like LLY was news plays. We have our earning plays, index stock plays. We have upgrades, downgrades. There was some amazing upgrade runners today. So we had all these trades. We make a plan, support, resistance. We have an initial bias. I tell the traders what we will do with our system. Based upon a Ripster EMA Cloud System. We also see which have MTF clouds. There is another system that I use. We also share in the community. We share the levels, daily levels for the ETFs, index stocks. Traders can use the cloud system to trade them. We provide these levels in the community every day as well. We also trade something called day 2, day 3 strategy. This is another repeatable strategy that I have been teaching for many years. LLY was also actually day 2 setup. So these and the new setup is a day 2 setup. So we teach these setups, and I did a free webinar as well, how to play this setup. So we provide this guidance as well. These are the stocks which are most likely to run. Based upon that, we trade crypto stocks. If you know how we killed the crypto on Monday, you can go back, watch that recap as well, how the traders growing their accounts, keeping the losers small, their portfolios are doing such a good way because of the system, right? So we also trade futures. We provide these futures levels to everybody in the pre-market, so the traders can trade those as well. We also trade low floors. We trade IPOs. Our community is one of the largest trading community online. Thousands of traders are on our trading floor all day. We have amazing tools, over $500-600 worth tools which are free in the community. We have three option scanners. We have stock scanners, audio stock alerts. We have squawk alerts, breaking news squawks, breaking news alerts, halt, unhold, order flow screener, a lot of screeners in the community. So anyways, all these tools are one-stop shop for anybody who's trying to succeed in this profession of trading. I'm usually on voice, on live screen, first few hours of the market open, and then I try to guide my traders all day long, but I'm on the voice first few hours. So I'll show you my timestamp guidance, how I guided my traders, how we were on only 10% red today, how the traders nailed it for 1000% gains on LLY. When I say 1000% gains, remember if you do a lot of options, your risk is 100%, assumed 100%. So those are all the teachings. If you're new, watch my webinars, watch my recaps. We focus on a system and education, not signals or alerts, or not magic money. We don't follow the money. Money comes, but our focus is education and repetition of what you do, not random gut feeling trades. Let's start. All right, the first trade we're going to start with is Lily. So let's take a look at the first trade for the day. Let's take a look here. Let's go to that Lily setup here. So Lily, Lily ran $62 today, and we were on it from the start. But before we even talk about what happened today, we need to talk about what happened yesterday. So yesterday, Lily did an MTF's breakout. You see that, and you see that when it turns the MTF clouds, and then it bounced from here, breaks the other MTF. So that was the MTF magnet. From here to here, from 728 to 740 was Lily MTF magnet, and Lily ran a large yesterday. So as you see, it was 726, almost $100 in 2 days. And because there was a news, right? So there was a news. White House said a deal with Pfizer to lower the drug prices. So Trump had a deal with pharmaceutical companies. So that's why Lily benefit from it. That's why Lily ran yesterday. So once something ran yesterday so much, you do not ignore it, right? Also, you see the MTF clouds were there, 50-55 MTF. So it was our top watch. It was our top watch. Now we know why. Why was it on our top watch? It was our day 2 setups. Lily right here. So Lily was also our day 2 setup, right? So right here, day 2 setup, and it was our day 2 setup as well, because it ran a lot yesterday. Now looking at what was the plan in the pre-market. So the plan on the Lily in the pre-market was pretty simple. I highlighted it, day 2 of Trump deal, drug deal or the pharma deal. Easy plan, long over yesterday highs, no go under 756, 754, 763. So and this was not the first time we were trading trading Lily. We had I have traded many times. I have provided the traders on my followers on a Lily trade, insane runs on Lily many times. If you're interested to see the previous Lily trades, you can go to Lily from Ripster. You can find out, so you can see all of our previous trades that we have taken on Lily. You will find some of the insane moves, like $1,000 turning into $15,000 just because of the system, the setup. And you will see this was a short that we did on a Lily, which ran a lot, and you can see that where I told the short 650 and ran to the 627, right? If I go back further, I'll show you another setup where we shorted Lily. You can see that 694, it went all the way down, and there were many trades on Lily that I can think, and that's the key, right? This is another time-stamped recap on Lily, which ran all day here. The reason I'm showing you all this, look at this one, right? We broke out of the 50-50 MTF, breakout long, ran for us almost $20, right? And there are many more trades on Lily. This was a Lily which was our 800 target. Last time we did it in June. You can see ran from 776 to 800, right? Even that time it ran to 800. So that's a history. That's a history of the setup. MTF longs on Lily. I remember once there, and I also teach you to trade the Lily X leverage ETF. So you cannot trade Lily X leverage ETF. You can see this was another trade many months ago. We long versus 731. It ran for us all the way to 765. And there are many trades on Lily that you can find. You can find the short videos. You can see all the concept. There was a huge short trade on Lily. I should just make a recap. I should make a playlist of Lily trades. And there you should find one where we went like 2000% trade, almost similar to what we did today, but today was the biggest, I guess, the biggest trade on Lily. So the point I'm trying to recap all those Lily trades is the personality. You need to know the personality of the stock. You need to focus on the stock. That's how you can nail these setups. That's how you can hold it all day long. When you know the personality of Circle, personality of APP, personality of Lily, those big runners, right? When they have news, personality of Coin, you need to know them. That's the only way in the market. If you're trading, swing trading, day trading, whatever you're doing, you're gonna have these big home runs when you know the personality. So that's why Lily was my top focus. That now I will show you how we killed it, right? Just before we start, just to show you the example, since we started Lily, 800 calls, went from like $2 all the way to $34, like 1600%, right? So you risk all, like, though how I teach you, you trade with $200, you're making $3 grand. You trade with $1,000, you're making 15 grand. But you have to roll, you have to hold, you have to respect the Ripster clouds, right? So this was how to find these setups, how to find these home runs, and looking at the historical perspective. Now let's deep dive and see how we traded Lily today. So anyways, as I said, in the pre-market, plan was to long over yesterday highs. That's our day two strategy. That's how we play our day twos. If anything that ran crazy the previous day and it's opening close to the highs of yesterday, you just simply take it long over that yesterday high. You simply take it long over that yesterday high. And right away when I saw that, I told the traders it's long triggered. I gave the stops of 764. You adding 770, still your stop 764. Right? Just if you're risking $5-6, you're trying to make $20. That's a good risk reward. If you're trading options, you need to make sure your options are such a small size. If you know that if you stop out, you may be losing 20, 30, whatever percent, but you're trying to make hundreds and couple 100% there. Anyways, we were long right away. Our first target I gave was 780, and we hit our now 780. I told the traders to also trade leverage ETF Lily X. So I was on the voice. I told the traders to hold leverage ETF, and I told them to take some off at 784. It's the strength was so big. I told the traders that your ultimate target today is 800 magnet. Hold the runners. So what I mean is, let's say you buy some shares, let's say you have 100 shares, you sell those 100 shares. If you are with shares, you should just sell half of them at a certain point. Rest of them you should not sell until and unless the clouds break. It's that simple. We're trying to build good habits. Yes, you can tell me that if it pulls back, you're not going to lose a lot of profit, but that's fine. We're trying to make good habits. If you simply held, let's say you had 100 shares, right? If you simply held 100 shares where I get long at 770, by the time we hit 830, you would have made on those 100 shares of $5,000. You're risking $500. You were risking what? $500, $600. You're making $5,000. Simply holding as long as the cloud holds. Now, if you're trading options, or you're trading then you just simply roll. You just simply roll to the next options. Go watch my Lot of Friday videos where I tell you how to roll. And that's what traders were doing. I kept telling them, roll further. It runs to 790, you're up $3 grand, take 2,000 out, buy further options with 1,000. It runs to 800, 1,000 becomes 3,000, take another 1,500 out, put the rest of the $1,000 into another lotto. You see that I keep telling the traders, roll. 800 magnet on the way, 800 promised. Then I told the trader, if we break 800, we are going to run more. Hold your runners or roll them, right? So once 800 breaks, 800 is a big psychological level. When 800 breaks and there was a flag at 800, it's not stopping. There's nothing too high. As long as the clouds hold, you hold. Long, flag, breakout, right? You just keep rolling. So I gave the targets of 820, and I told the traders, roll with profits all day. All I said was roll with profits. And then we made a 225 target met. Then we keep moving our stops up. This was the stops if you are like if you're still in the position. As long as it holds, you hold it. So that was our beautiful trade on that there, and our 800 lots were up 1600%. If you see our trading floor, then the traders just killed it. Not because we are alerting it or I'm on voice, because people know, yes, I'm on the voice all day telling my traders to hold, because I give a lot of hard love, because I have seen this, I have learned this, I have made a lot of money, I have lost a lot of money. I always talk about the losers, amount of money I have lost in a single day, probably, you know, people don't earn in lifetime. So those are the lessons which I teach and try to change lives. That's why today traders listen to me. They held on to Lily. They held on to Lily, right? I asked the traders who held on, right? So all of them, they were like, you know, they tell me that we hold, we hold, we hold. It was just a very proud day for me, because my education and what I teach on Twitter, on YouTube, on community, it's helping traders, you know, changing the lives. A trade like this would change your life. You know, if you have a small account, you're struggling, you have a $3,000 account, you buy $200 lotto, and you double your trade, you know. So this is this, and you hold it, because if we keep our losers small, if we are making 1000%, 500%, we're willing to lose 100%, right? So you can see that all our traders on our trading floor were all over the Lily, holding, 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 you know, and some of the traders spiked, but I always tell them, do something, roll, be part of the trade. Don't worry about it, right? Just be part of the trade. Trade the leverage ETF. So I told them to trade the leverage ETF. LLYX ran from 14 bucks to 16 bucks. 1000 shares, you buy 1000 shares, you forget about it, you know, and you just keep moving your stops up. Or you can buy the options on Lily X, which are illiquid, so there's not really recommended, but you can do that too. So this is how, guys, we killed it. And I showed you how to find these plays and why you focus on the Lily. This is not the first time, this is not the last time. There will be another home run trade. I will be guiding it. When we lose a little, but when we make home runs. Ripster Clouds is the way. You just have to stick. If you're not holding this trade with me all day long, then nothing can help you. No system will help you, no guru will help you. You just have to hold. If you're swing trading over the MTFs, then you have to watch this one MTF magnet. Always when we break 50 MTF, we always run, becomes a swing. Beautiful trade. We'll be watching it for day 3. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next one we're going to look at Tesla, right? So again, Tesla was also our high watch, high trade. Let's take a look. So Tesla, you know, I tweeted in the morning that Lily and Tesla both are beast modes, and you know, and I did tell the traders. I did both were the longs basically right at the open for us. Let's go to Tesla now, and you know, it's good to see them, my followers, and this is not the first time we've done, right? I've been doing it for a long time, showing my followers, you know, freely. I still try to share the ideas freely, but you know, since I'm live on the voice with my community, I can't update all the things, but I try. But I told the traders today on my followers that Tesla and Lily, the two beast mode trades for us today. Let's look at the plan on Tesla today. What was the plan on Tesla? Let's take a look here. So Tesla, it increased the lease pricing for Model Y. Spain car sales increased 16% year over year. It was inside day. I was only interested if it pushes over the pre-market highs and previous day highs. So as soon as it started to push here, this one, that's when that's when it comes long, right? Just what I told in the pre-market trade. And I did tell traders on the voice that it's a long when it pushed it, and I told that you know, the game plan is working, you should be long, and your target should be 450. So that's the first target I gave, right? It pushed, you know, some traders panic. There's nothing to panic here. This is just the retest of that breakout of yesterday highs. This is retest. This holds, tells you it's gonna go, then it flags, and then it pushes higher at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. guys, that was a 10 a.m. longs. This is called the 10 a.m. bounce setup, 10 a.m. flag break, 10 a.m. flag break setup. So 455 target hit. The next target I gave was 457.50. We hit that target as well. We pulled back, we did not break the clouds, you know, and I told the traders that, you know, target 100% ATR. 100% ATR, move the stops under 458. And I told the traders we still have room, and we pushed to the 462s. We could not cross 462s, and that's when we exited. Once Tesla came, it traded 133% ATR, and after that it kind of dropped and we were out of that trade. But you could see that pre-market planning was pretty clear, killed that trade in the community. So another long trade in the morning again was for us was MSTR. That was a 2021 MTF. I gave the game plan in the pre-market on MSTR was increased dividend, so it's always a good news. MTF confluence trade versus the MTF. Careful if 512 breaks. So once it pushes here, holds it, you long it. And I did tell the traders we have more room. It only traded 61% ATR, but it kind of pushed to 343s. We moved our stops to 340, and then we finally exited when it broke 512. You can see that when I told the traders to exit, this was the exit. That was at the 512s, and that's when it broke down, and you could even short at the 512 shorts. So that was our trade MSTR. Not like a big trade like we had on Monday, but it was a definitely a good trade from the morning. And you could trade the leverage ETFs as well, MSTX, or you could trade leverages just like how you trade Lily X for the small account traders. I always tell them to trade the small account traders should trade the leverage ETFs. Let's go to the next one. So I usually tell traders to focus on the plays which are already running and don't jump around. But Oracle was a good one, because the reason Oracle was a good one, because remember, it has been selling off for a few days. I told the trader curls tried today, a lot of resistance above, so watch that. But it was a 512 curls, then it pushed over the MTF clouds, and then market was bullish. It continued to push, and I gave the stops of 285, and we moved the stops at 287. We finally stopped out. This was the long curl. This was the MTF breakout. Just something the traders were trading in the community, so I just wanted to recap that quickly. And we did have it in our our plan always there for Oracle, long over 279.50 and 4512 calls. So that was the plan on Oracle. Worked pretty nicely. All right, so let's look at next one. I want to look at few names. There's a DDOG, there was Snow, which were really good ones, right? It was an upgrade trades. Let's look at news plan. Overweight by Wells Fargo, Snow, DDOG, everything was overweight by Wells Fargo. I told the traders in the morning that if they curl over the clouds, you can take them long. They're finding the bids. CrowdStrike was a little choppy, but all of them were upgrade plays. And you see that once they broke out of the level that I gave in the pre-market, 4488, 144, 240, 245, DDOG especially continued to run. And it's because the market was bullish. We'll recap market. Because the market ran so much, all these trades were A plus today. These were A plus longs, especially after 10 a.m. push on the market. All right, so let's look at Meta now. So Meta was our short in the open. At the open, it was short. Because it was so bearish. It was a short. Our traders were just short on Meta all day. Not all day, till that call happened. Meta was short because it was bearish in the pre-market. You can see that short as long as under yesterday lows. I highlighted as a red. I told the traders to short as long as under yesterday lows. So it was a short, bearish right away, 722. It was under yesterday lows, could not bounce under that 722 level. It faded all the way and did a bear flag, and then it flushed to 710, and we finally covered when it reclaimed 512s there. So that was Meta. All right, let's look at Reddit now. So Reddit, something special on Reddit, and this is this pattern happens again and again and again and again. I cover them in my webinars. I tell the traders this exact setup. This is called the bounce short to the clouds or the MTFs. You see how it bounces. This is where you short it and short it all the way down all day. So let's look at the plan here on Reddit. So Reddit, my plan was pretty clear. 200 psychological level. Only long if it calls over 200, and you see that it could, also that so it made that move in the pre-market from the 200. So that kind of voided our 200 setup, right? It went too far away from 200 for us to take a long here or take a long here. But you see that it rejected this MTF cloud, and that when it became bearish, that's called the MTF rejection. You can buy the puts and you trade it, ride it as long as Ripster Cloud say, yes, we got stopped out here, but you could reheat the short right way back down. All right, let's wrap up with SPY QQQ. You know, this was just SPY ran at 10 a.m. You can watch my previous playlist of SPY QQQs. I'm not going to talk about too much here, but I have hundreds of videos on SPY QQQ and how to play them, the futures I teach you every day. But the point I'm trying to say is look where SPY is bouncing. 1 hour MTFs here, right here, right? QQQ reclaiming 1 hour MTFs. This is your 10 name long, 10 name long. What did all the other names do there, right? Microsoft bounced, you know, Google curled later. Once Google curled, pushed the market. Once the Mag 7 started to push, they pushed the market as well. But this is what you focus on, your 10 a.m. curls, then the breakout pre-market highs, then the breakout over yesterday highs, and you just hold it long. The plan on it was simple. The plan I gave in the pre-market was if VIX breaks 1660, 1680, you know, long it and trade versus 1 hour MTF. No go under pre-market highs. If that pushes, look for inside to fill, short under yesterday lows. So we never really broke under yesterday lows. And what did VIX do, right? So VIX broke that 1660, 1680. Remember what I said in the pre-market. 1680, use them for the buys. 1660, 1680. Once it was gone, 1680 gone, 1660 gone, the bounce from SPY from the MTF clouds. That, my friends, is your VIX strategy with MTF clouds. Listen carefully. 1680 rejected, right? Right at 10 a.m. Bounce from the MTF, 10 a.m. 1660 fail, you get long. As long as VIX fades, you stay long. And it faded to 16 bucks, and SPY QQQ ran all day, ran on the clouds all day. A plus, A plus, beautiful trade. Enough of the noise. Follow the system, trade the system. 1 hour MTF cloud, just nailed it today on the SPY QQQ and Nasdaq futures. Thank you.